Hey everyone, I'm NornQueenAlexis and welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing our introduction series to the Warhammer 40k tabletop game. In this series, I'm going to be telling you about each individual army as well as going over some of their tactics and lore. This way you can make the best choice you can to pick your first Warhammer 40k army. This way you're not stuck with what I had to do, where I bought Space Marines first instead of Chaos Space Marines because I didn't know they existed. Anyway guys, without further ado, let's get into this. Today we're talking about Grey Knights. If you are playing Grey Knights, be warned, they are not a top tier army. They are not a mid-tier army. They're pretty low on the totem right now. GW does need to fix these guys and fix them quick because they are not that good of an army as it currently stands. Keep in mind it is 8/18, so this could be changed in the near future if you are watching this video, and they could be a good army and a viable you know what, I tried saying that word, viable army as of the time you're watching this video. But until then, this is what we're stuck with. So, some lore on the Grey Knights. During the Horus Heresy, Malcador the Sigillite started setting up the Grey Knights. This was to be a secret organization that is, their sole purpose is to fight demons. Demons in Warhammer 40k are thoughts made manifest that rip and tear and destroy everything that they touch. Or they influence or free the minds of people, depending on the demon themselves. Some demons can actually be good, and I know that's hard to believe, but it is a thing. But most demons are malicious in nature. At least the Imperium will tell you that. Anyway. While on Titan, they decided to send the entire planet into the warp using Guller fields to protect it, essentially a force field around a planet in the realm of hell. Fast forward 6,000 years, they re-emerged, which would cause catastrophic damage to the entire solar system, but didn't because reasons, but I digress. When they re-emerged, they became the Auto-Militant of the Ordo Malleus. Ordo Malleus specializes in killing demons, who would have guessed? And thus the Grey Knights were re-established as Chapter 666, as cringy as that is. Their sole purpose is to destroy demons, find demons, kill demons, and destroy demons. Did I mention that they destroy demons and only go after demons, really? They also destroy people who are corrupted by demons and people who might be corrupted by demons, as well as mind-wiping the people that they work with so that their organization can stay secretive, even though pretty much everybody knows about them. Their secrets are not as well kept as the Dark Angel's secrets because, well, pretty much everybody knows them. With that being said, their battle strategy is close range, with a mix of some long range, but mostly close range. Okay? Their army's main strategy is to teleport in, do a devastating charge, and deal with the enemy as quickly as possible while using their psychic supremacy to demolish the opponent and kill off certain key units before going in for the final strike. The Grey Knights are very good at dealing with psychers as well as dealing psychic powers themselves. They have one of the best abilities in the entire game, that being the Vortex of Doom, which sounds hilariously hilarious. And their smite is called a baby smite. This is because it deals only one mortal wound when you manifest it. So, the basic battle tactics out of the way: teleportation strike, get in close, get in fast, teleport themselves all the way across the battlefield, and deliver devastating attacks to their opponent. Now we can get into their actual, what to buy for them. So, Grey Knights are... I have the army. I have a small army, and I haven't really put much thought into them because every time I tend to go up against them, they're not the best. I will warn you again that this army is not top tier. But if I were to buy Grey Knights, this is what I would start with. 1. None of their characters are worth it. And this I strictly mean by purchase. Their purchase price is not worth it. Their characters are amazing. Okay, it's one of the few redeeming qualities of this book itself. But for $35, you can buy one dude, or for $50, you can buy and get Grandmasters in Brother Captains in Terminator armor as much as you want. So there's really no reason to buy their characters when you can simply convert their Terminator squads into their captains very simply. The same can be said about their captains and their characters that are not in armor, that are in light armor, the power armor. One of these guys can easily be converted into one of these with little to no effort. In fact, pretty much no effort. Now, that being said, the Grey Knights really only have two options. They have Terminators and they have the Strike Squad. Their other squads include... that's pretty much it. Now, how I would buy and do this army is pretty simple. I'd buy a Strike Squad, and I'd probably buy a Terminator Squad, as weird as it is to say. No, that isn't true. How would I go about doing this? Do the Strike Squads only come as 10-man members now? Wow, back when I first started, you can get the Strike Squad for $35 and it only contained 5. And I would suggest doing that. But if it really only contains 10 guys, I guess buy 2 Strike Squads. So that's $120. It's way more than I would suggest starting with, but yeah, it's actually a lot more. How would I do this? Well, you need 3 Strike Squads, so it's kind of odd that they do them as 10-man instead of the 5-man. I find that very weird, but okay, here's actually what I would do. Buy the Strike Squad, switch it out to be 2 5-man squads. Then buy the Grey Knight Terminators. Run 2 of them as characters, one of them as an ancient, and keep the other 2 for future conversions or to add to different squads. Okay? This way you're sitting at 110 and you get a bunch of different things to make a patrol detachment, which is a great way to start this army. Now, from there, I would actually suggest buying the Nemesis Baby Carrier up in the corner and ask your friend for a Dreadnought carapace, the front torso of a Dreadnought, so that you can convert this thing to not look hilariously stupid, because this thing does look hilariously stupid. And by that, I mean it looks absolutely hilariously stupid. So I would buy this thing because it's actually really decent, but I would switch out this guy. Okay? And once you do that, you can switch out one of your Terminators to just be a Terminator again. And you can also pull the Terminator off of this, give him weapons from the Grey Knight Terminator Squad, and have 5 Terminators once again. So now you have 5 Terminators, 2 Strike Squads, and him, which he would be a, oh god, what do they call it? Brother Captain in Nemesis Dreadnought armor. From there, I would suggest actually buying a Dreadnought, a Mortis Dreadnought for that matter. So, or this Dreadnought with the missiles and twin las cannon. Run him as a Venerable Dreadnought. This way he has a 2+ ballistic skill and can ignore damage, meaning he hits on a 2+. Because the Grey Knights have a psychic power that actually lets him shoot without having line of sight, meaning you can put him behind a building and he can fire through that thing without ever being shot back at. And now here's a controversial thing that a lot of people will argue with me, but a Land Raider is actually good for them. And here's why. Once you actually start getting the army off the ground, you can take 3 of these squads, 3, stick them inside the Land Raider Crusader with a captain in there as well, or a psyker, librarian, inside here, use one of your Grey Knight characters outside of it, and teleport the thing 9 inches away from the opponent. Then you can deploy from it 3 inches away and then move. So you can actually get the 3 strike squads within your opponent's deployment zone turn 1, which is a really effective strategy. It is costly because you do have a Land Raider in the list, but the Land Raider can actually either be a roadblock or be a mobile firing platform. If you do this strategy, expect it to die, but it is really funny to see the look on your opponent's face when you teleport a Land Raider into their front line. Then use the Land Raider to try to assault before you assault with the strike squads. Keep in mind the strike squads can also be used to make heavy weapon squads, as well as being used as strict sword brothers. They also all have storm bolters on them, and they have the all the new Space Marine rules, which makes them pretty efficient on the battlefield. Let's hope that this actually makes them better as choices. Keep in mind you don't need to buy any of these characters. They are not important. And I know it may seem like, well, I want Voldus. But if you look, you just take this guy, cut the damn halberd off, put the hammer on him, and he's the same guy. So really, save yourself some money with your Space Marine characters. Other than that, you don't really need anything else. Maybe a chaplain, actually. Now that we get the new litanies, a chaplain might actually be super effective for them. With that, you can actually put a chaplain inside the Land Raider Crusader, use the litany of combat, and actually get into combat with them, and make your 3 strike squads even more devastating, as well as your Land Raider in close combat, which is really funny. Come to think of it, I might actually build up my Grey Knights and do this. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. So I have inspired myself. Aren't I amazing? Yes. Anyway, guys, I want to know your thoughts. Comment in the comment section down below. Tell me your thoughts, your lists, your painting schemes, your painting advice, as well as if you need advice, painting, or strategies, or anything, tell me in the comment section down below. Also, while you're there, be sure to check out all the links in the description down below. There you can follow me on all sorts of social media, including Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also follow my Patreon. Help support the channel by becoming a supporter of my Patreon. I don't know if it's called a patron, Patreon, or supporter, or whatever. Anyway, I digress. Support my Patreon. It keeps my lights on, my belly fed, gets me new gear, and I need all of that because I really like junk food. Anyway, guys, as always, I'm NornQueenAlexis. I love you guys. Bye.